Good morning, guys. Welcome to my Monday morning rant for Monday, the 5th of December, 2022. So, the highlight of last week was catching up with two of my gaming friends in real life. It's not two guys that I've been gaming with since 2016, being Hawk and Jace. Uh, I've yet to meet those guys. We have spent years playing the same games with each other and chatting over microphone in Discord pretty much every night since we've met online. And if we're not chatting on the mic, we're chatting in the Discord server itself. And I've been meaning to meet those guys so many times to a point where Hawk actually booked a ticket to Sydney at some point, but then a COVID lockdown happened and he had to get his ticket refunded and stuff. So I'm sure I'll end up meeting those guys at some point. But I instead met two people from Diablo Immortal, which is this game that I've been playing since launch, which was about, I think, 4 or 5 months ago. Um, and yeah, we've got a really tight little clan and community going in this game. We have a very active Discord and an even more active in-game chat, which is super refreshing because the last community that I was in was in Destiny 2, and it was really frowned upon if you used the chat in the game because it distracted players. If we had some really young teens on the clan and they would be chatting in the game, and the officers would slap them down and say, "Hey guys, if you're gonna chat, use Discord to chat. Don't use the game chat." And that's because Destiny 2 is a really fucking stressful game. It requires a whole lot of concentration. And I'm so glad I'm not playing that game anymore because this current game is so much more casual, and people tend to play it because they would get anxiety if they didn't play it. We've had multiple members say they play it because it's a stress relief, just to go out there and kill some demons on your phone or your iPad, or in my case, I play it on PC on the couch. Um, so yeah, it's been a really huge change from playing a game like Destiny 2. And another change is that I have put my hand up to be an officer now of the clan. So I'm feeling more comfortable about taking on more responsibility. And it's just something that I've shied away from for so long, running communities and being a part of them. It comes with a whole lot of responsibility, and it comes with um, dealing with dramas. And this game has them. This game has dramas. The way the developers have designed this game is that even though we are all mostly Australian players on the server, there's a political nature to the game where it makes you play against other clans. And people tend to forget that we're all Australian, we're all into the same game, we're so much more like minded than people realize. So there's really no point hating someone just because they're in another clan. Like you'd probably actually get along with them. And within the game itself, we have another activity that requires us to be in a smaller group of 8, and that's called a warband. And we have warband activities. And so I caught up with two of my warband mates, Taz and Lascivious. Um, it just happened one night in chat. Lacey was saying that she has an off-peak apartment in Coogee Beach that she rents, and she said she was flying from Victoria to Sydney to spend a week in the sun on the beach. And I'm like, holy shit, that is next door to me. Like, it's a walk away. It's the next beach. We should catch up. And I asked Taz to come along too, because he's in Sydney. He's about an hour out, but I asked him as well, and they both said yes. And I didn't know at that time whether it was going to happen or not, because sometimes people are just nice and friendly, and everyone just thinks, yeah, we should do that. But to my surprise, it actually happened. So Taz came over to my place. He's a big dude. I knew roughly what he was gonna look like because I photoshopped his head onto one of the characters in the game. So I got quite comfortable with photoshopping his face onto someone, so I kind of knew what it was going to look like. But it is a big dude. He's taller than me, and is built, and when we got to Coogee Beach and met Lacey, she turns out even taller than Taz. So I was just like the shorty in the trio. Um, but we were at the Coogee Bay Hotel. It was dead as fuck and super quiet, but I think that was a good thing. And we ended up having a fair few beers there and getting to know each other. And there was no awkwardness, right? Like it was just hardly any talk about the game as well. We before long we were talking about life and stuff and sharing stories, and we got pretty fucking deep, to be honest. It was really awesome. We ended up going for a walk to the pavilion to have lunch, because anything that Justin Hemmers runs with the Maryvale group is always super reliable, right? Like every restaurant he runs serves up really reliably good food. And so we ate there, and my God, it was fucking packed and it was so fucking loud in there. So there's no doubt that the pavilion has stolen all of the Coogee Bay Hotel's business. And what was hilarious, I found, was that when the menus came out, all three of us pushed the menu back because we're at an age, like Taz is the same age as me and Lacey's a little bit older. And we're at that age where we have eyesight problems, right? Like Taz forgot his glasses. Lacey brought hers. They didn't work with Taz. So he struggled with reading out. At one stage, he even got me to read out a message on his phone, which was fucking hilarious. And all three of us are quite deaf as well. So being in such a loud fucking place, we ended up after lunch heading back to the Coogee Bay, and because it was quiet and it was chill, and we had a few more beers there. So yeah, it was an awesome catch up, and I'm just so happy that it happened, and it was definitely the highlight of my week last week. Um, and other news, I caught up again with Viv last week. I'm actually catching up with her again today, and we thought we were gonna shoot as well, but we didn't shoot, and it happens, like it happens time and time again. And again, I really love that. I love it that when we hang out, sometimes it's just to hang out, and we don't have to work. We don't have to shoot. I have a whole lot of photos to edit anyway from my shoot with Isla Faye, so I've not even gotten around to looking at the shots really properly. I will do that this week. And in other news, I am uh, on vapes at the moment, so I've stopped smoking cigarettes. Um, I was smoking rollies without filters for the past few years, and I roll thin ones. They're a lot thinner, like half the thickness of an ordinary cigarette. And most of the time, I only smoke half of them or three quarters of them before I put them out. So the vapes kind of work in that it's just a puff or two is all I need. Um, like I'm not sitting there puffing for as long as I would be having a cigarette. But I'm finding that with the cigarette, there's something nice in taking the time out from editing photos or gaming, and doing the ritual of rolling a cigarette and the fire and going outside on the deck and smoking it, and looking out, like looking out at the ocean and at the garden, as opposed to just like staying in the zone with gaming or editing and just taking a puff. So there's benefits and negatives as well, I suppose. And I'm not sure, like the high I get from the vapes is a little bit different too. It's more like a hit. Like the vapes are pretty fucking strong. Um, they definitely send me into a bit of a head spin. So I'm not sure, but at the moment it feels better that I'm not having to brush my teeth after every cigarette because I can't handle the taste of nicotine in my mouth. And after every cigarette, I would wash my hands too because I just can't handle the smell on my fingers either. And I'm not having to deal with that now. Um, Abby actually put me onto these vapes. A few girls that I shoot have been smoking them, and they come in so many amazing different flavors. Um, Abby was saying that she would introduce me to the guy who runs the vape shop, and that he would be more than happy to send me some freebies, and just so I wouldn't ever have to pay for them, so long as I promote them on my social media and stuff. And to be honest, I'm just not into that shit anymore. I'm not into the whole social media influencing, getting shit for free, getting heaps of products for free in the mail to review and stuff. It's just, I'm fucking over all that crap. So I was more than happy to just log into his shop, make an order, and be done with it. So, so that's about it. I'll see how they go. And in other news, the book, the writing group that I'm a part of, um, the book project that I've been involved in is all 100% go, and it will be published before Christmas. It's all actually happening. You gotta love it when a plan happens, right? And it's been a whole week of that last week. So yeah, it was an awesome week. Uh, I'm just sitting here still biding time. I haven't started packing yet. 10 days before I get my keys to my new apartment. I have to admit I am pretty fucking excited about it. And I feel like it's the change that is actually going to make the change when I actually get out of this house. And I'm getting to a point where I'm really looking forward to it. So um big changes up ahead, and yeah, I'm just gonna leave it at that. I hope everyone has an awesome week, and I shall catch you guys in the next one. See yas.